Hey everybody, it's BJ.
Hey, what's up? It's Aleatha.
This is our first off the record in some time.
Yep, it's been a long time.
Why have you been avoiding it?
I didn't want to never do this. You seem to forget that part.
Right?
But that is not the reason. The reason is just because you haven't done it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You haven't
How many
done
times
it.
have you told me no about the show?
Because I'm busy.
You're always busy.
We've been busy.
We were busy before.
I mean, I do appreciate it when we see people and they say something about it. I think it's always funny. Like, I'm shocked people still even talk about it after all this time.
Didn't somebody stop you like a week ago?
Not even, but just 1 week ago.
Danny, how long has it been since we last recorded? A year? I don't know. How long has it been? Probably.
I don't know.
And someone a week ago said something about you, something you said on the show.
Yeah, it was something about, they said, I said I was leaving, I was going home, and they were like, don't you run the place? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't know who the person was. I had no idea what they were talking about. He was like, that's what BJ said on them videos.
I
had no idea who that person was.
She does run this place. I'm just here.
I try my best. Lord have mercy. I do try my best. But it has been busy. We have been busy.
Yeah, we got a lot of good things going on. But there's been, we've kept this little I call it a little tickler list of things that we've kept up with of just topics over time. We probably won't even remember some of the context of why we wrote on the whiteboard. But of topics that we said, oh, we should talk about that on Off the Record. Oh, we should
talk about the fact that you said tickler list, which reminds me of my list that I have, which is of all the corporate jargon words that you say around here that makes everybody vomit in their mouth. That's what we should talk about. Tickler list is one of them. Swing by. What's some more?
I don't know.
Tickler list, swing by, low-hanging fruit.
Oh, I don't do that.
You've said it.
I don't remember last time I did that one.
I can't think of any more right now.
I don't do the whole circle back.
No, you don't say circle. No, you don't say that.
But one thing I do.
No, you don't say circle back. You say instead, put a pin in that.
Yeah, put a pin in that, and we're gonna come back to that. But if I end an email with "Hope this helps," what's that mean?
You don't want me to say what it means. If you end an email with "Hope this helps," it means, bitch, I don't know what else to tell you. So don't email me about this issue anymore.
I'm done.
Yeah, there's nothing else to be said. I don't know how to help you if this does not help you.
That's what that means. So one thing we wanted to talk about were all these different cults that exist in the world.
I feel like we've already done that.
Oh, but we've added to the list, like, because you're in a cult right now. You've been in a cult.
Oh, you're talking about Swifties?
You're a Swiftie.
I am a Swiftie, and I don't care what none of y'all have to say about it.
But it's a cult.
I get judged and hated for it because people are like, I'm so disappointed. Well, then be disappointed because I'm a Swiftie.
She can do no wrong.
No, I absolutely am not saying that because that boy that she was with, she can do wrong. She's made some mistakes. Some of her little friends she's chosen, I would also say, were mistakes. But no, I'm a Swiftie, and I don't even care what nobody thinks about that. People be trying to judge me for it. Judge on.
I have listened to enough Taylor Swift songs.
Not because I've made you.
I actually like Taylor Swift. I said that in the car. What song came on? Lover. I like that song.
Yeah.
I like a lot of her music, just not 3 hours in a row. Although you talked about wanting to go to Europe to go watch her on tour.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying that it's nearly impossible to get tickets here, and you can fly to Europe and get a ticket in a great seat for $100.
Mm-hmm.
And, they say the numbers of attendance over there are, like, well above 60% of the people that are going are actually Americans that are flying over there to see the show.
What was that guy you were Dave Portnoy, you were talking about him earlier?
Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports.
Yeah, he had a clip where he said he was a
Swiftie, yes.
And he said basically the NFL she didn't need the NFL needed her, so.
Yeah, well.
I happen to agree with that. I don't think.
Yeah, thank you. Don't get started on that. We're going to have to hear that again, I reckon, come football season.
You know what's, and I'm going. This might be an unpopular opinion, but it's something I've experienced a lot lately that I'm almost getting tired of, and that is something that we were doing during COVID to thank people, especially wait staff, et cetera, or any kind of restaurant staff, is the obnoxious amount of tipping we're asked to do now. I went through a tip line, a restaurant line the other day, and when it turned the point of sale system around, it said, 20, 25, 28%.
Yeah, they done lost their mind with the tipping too now.
Like, it used to be 10%. What was wrong with 10%? Although I've always tipped more than 10%.
I was about to say,
but as a rule of thumb, 10% was the industry standard. How is the industry standard is now 20% or more?
I don't know, but it's the thing, you saw, I don't remember if it was a meme or if it was someone talking that said, if I have to stand up to order or something like that, then the tip is not the same. What was it?
Now, but that's it, because if I was in the drive-thru line just yesterday, and a person hands the food out the window and hands me a ticket for me to sign, and there's a little spot for tip, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I've always been a very generous tipper, especially during COVID, but just in general. But the idea that it is now part of the standard operating procedures of businesses to expect customers to tip, when really all someone does is take an order and then hand you your food.
Yeah, but you need to clarify. You're not talking about everywhere. You're talking about the places that you can go to eat, whether it's a drive-through or sometimes it's
if you're standing
restaurants that you're going into, but you're ordering at the counter, and then someone brings you your food, but they're not waiting on you. They're not cleaning your table.
Right.
You're saying that should not be
right. When I think of a server, I'm going to tip the server, but I'm not going to tip the person at the drive-through window, right? Anyway,
some of those drive-thrus do have that, because I remember when Hannah was working at Starbucks, she was talking about how people would get pissed off,
very rude,
because they would have to go through and answer whether or not they wanted to tip or not, and it would make people mad. And Hannah was always like I didn't make the program here that we're using. It's not those folks that are working's decision to have it up there to start with. So don't be mad with them.
I've been a server. I ran a restaurant. So those employees, they deserve to get paid well for what they put up with.
Well, now if you're talking about what you're putting up with, then maybe we ought to tip people.
True.
Because depending on how many people are going and how much I'm aggravated about something or whatever the case may be, we might be a little bit of a handful. So we should tip some people.
It's another topic
for allowing us in the building.
Another topic we've discussed a little bit here lately, or at least had on the board, was when people share too many photos, like if someone gets married and they're still sharing wedding photos a year later. But another thing that I was just thinking about was this past week or a week or two ago was the end of school, and you were like bracing yourself that morning for all the first day of school with a little line, and then the last day of school pictures. You were bracing yourself for that the entire day. You're I don't want to see that.
No, I care about.
Explain yourself.
I care about seeing it for the people that I know personally in my life. But as you know, when things like that happen, first day of school is the same thing. Your Facebook just gets flooded with it. And because of my job and having to be online every day, it's like I see it 20 times more than everybody else sees it.
Right.
And I just get tired of looking at it. I mean, I know that sounds ugly, but I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
I get it.
And you're right. I did have somebody. I ain't going to say who it was. I'm not going to say who it was. But they got married, and I swear it was like they shared their wedding pictures, all different types of wedding stuff, for at least 6 months, every single solid. And I was like, Shug, we got it.
Every week.
You got married. We get it.
Right.
And be damned if by the time she didn't slow down, she done had a damn baby. Had to go through it all over again.
Well, another one that was on my list, and I don't understand this. It says the hookup. What does the hookup mean?
It means like back in the day, like if
in the day,
like back in the day.
We need to find what the day was.
Well, I don't know. It's like back in the day, but like back in the day, like when you was in them streets. Okay. Like I was, It's like you would go somewhere. Maybe you had a friend that worked there or something, and they gave you the hookup. So maybe you went through the drive-through, and because it was your friend working without any words exchanged, you ordered 2 chicken sandwiches and they gave you 3. Mm-hmm. Or you ordered 2 chicken sandwiches and I only charged you for 1, right? If that happens somewhere, you got to hook up. If you got a friend that's a bartender and they don't always charge you for your drinks, that's called somebody's hooking you up. You got to hook up. But there's rules of the hookup. You can't talk about the hookup.
Oh, let's define the rules.
Yeah, you don't talk. First of all, you don't talk to the person that's hooking you up about the hookup.
Right.
And you don't tell nobody else about the hookup.
Right.
So you can't say, hey, you should go down to such and such. Our friend such and such, works there, and she's going to give you.
Right.
You don't do that. If you got to hook up, you got to hook up until you don't got to hook up no more.
So rule number 1 is you don't talk about
the hookup. You don't talk about the hookup to anybody, but especially not the person that's hooking you up.
Oh, really?
No, you don't ever.
So you don't talk about it to the person who did it, and then the second part of that is you also don't share that happened.
Correct.
Are there any other rules to the hookup?
I don't think so, but if somebody's watching that knows what I'm talking about, if I'm forgetting something, you can tell me. But those are the main ones.
Did you ever hook somebody up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why?
I've been hooked up and I've been to hook up in the store. Yeah.
Lord, I don't even need that. I'm just going to stop that line of questioning. I can see it in your face. So
if somebody came up to my store and they put 5 items on the counter, I probably charged them for 2.
Oh. Do I need to go back and tell your bosses that?
But no, that was a long time ago. I wouldn't do that now. But that was back in the day. You see what I'm saying? Like back in the day.
Right.
So, yeah, I did that mess back then. But that's okay, though, because when I go to their house and they got beer in the fridge, I'm going to drink it. Right. There's just, there's rules.
Yeah, there is a rule. If you come to my house, what's mine is yours.
Yeah.
Right? Anything that specific to the refrigerator and the pantry.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's
the refrigerator and the pantry.
I don't think that's true across the board. I think there's certain people that could go to your house right now, and I can name them, but I won't. They're in my mind. People we know that if they went to your house and they just walked in your kitchen to open the refrigerator, you immediately send me the message and be like, "What the hell are they doing in my kitchen?"
Because there's also rules to this as well. Mm-hmm. First off, would I really let that person in my house?
Yeah, you would, because you're having, in my scenario, there's some kind of an event going on or something.
All right. Second, I would have to state what was anything you want in the fridge is yours. If you just walked in the kitchen and you just open it up, you start I don't know you that way.
Yeah. You have to have a certain level of relationship, I think.
Right. But once I give the green light on it, feel free to. I won't think twice.
And it depends on how well I know you. I might get aggravated that you going in my bathroom to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I want you in my bathroom. There's a half bathroom.
Go to that bathroom.
There's a half bath up front just for you. Speaking of that, I'm about to sell my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're I don't know when we're going to show this, but we're listing the house this week. That's been a 14-year in the making thing. That wasn't something we thought we'd stay there forever, but once we started thinking about it, where the kids were, it's like, now's a good time. But it's been, I know y'all are tired of me talking about it, so at least in the office, but that's been a 6-month ordeal for us. But it's been a big deal. Happy for
time. You.
Thank you. Appreciate it. End of that. Listen, some people, they love animals more than they love humans, and I get that. We actually had somebody that worked with us that was like that. Sweet as pie, too, but some people spend a lot of time trying to find. I can't even talk about it. I just can't talk about it. I know this is off the record, but man, there's still a filter.
Y'all know what he's talking about.
No, they don't.
He's talking about the dog with a jug on his head. That's what he's talking about. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I have already told BJ at this point, I'm rooting for the damn dog. He obviously does not want to be caught. He's out there living his life in the streets, ever how he wants to live it. And every time y'all try to catch him, he goes somewhere else. Let the dog be. He's a dog. Do you know how many other dogs and cats are out there just living like the wild animals they are?
But he's got a jug. He's got a jug on his head.
They said it was open, which means he could still eat. And you don't know, maybe he wanted the jug on his head. Maybe nature itself's going to find a way to get it out.
You sound like Theo Von.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm rooting for the dog. He don't want to be caught. Let him be. And stop talking about it. Create your own group for the dog so that we don't have to see it so much. Just get on my nerves. I promise you there's other people out there that are tired of hearing about the dog with the jug on its head. And I think that both things can be true. I think that you can be tired of hearing about the dog with the jug on its head and at the same time hope that the dog is safe.
But here's
I think two things can be true
here's
at the
the
same
thing.
time.
But if we're really trying to rescue it, let's just do it. You know, animal control, whatever. Let's get this animal.
Obviously, you don't follow your updates, sir.
Oh, really?
All those things are in play.
So why haven't they caught the dog?
Because the dog don't want to be caught. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That dog's like, they're on my tail.
He's living his best life.
Yes. Can't do nothing for a bunch of people trying to get hold of him.
Right.
He's on the lamb.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, I didn't have a thing to talk about when you asked me to come in here. Except we're going good. Business is going good. Yeah. Got new businesses opening downtown, so downtown's doing good. Mm-hmm. It's summertime.
I know.
Yeah.
That's like when you get your oxygen back.
Yeah, because I can't function out there. I don't even belong to live in that kind of weather. I want to move further south. But yeah, everything's good over here. We're doing good over here. Everything's fine.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, y'all have a good day. It's BJ.
I'm Aleatha.
Until the next one next year. This is off the record. 2025.
Later.